back to the Artie Lange Show. My next guest is a regular on the show. He's from my hometown, the great town of Union, New Jersey. And, even though I've had some success in my life, a lot of, the people in Union would consider him a more successful, classier guy. And I see why they would. Okay, fine. F you. I'll agree with that. He's from Union High, much younger than me, but he has carried on the torch to become an NFL player. And that is, as my buddy sitting to the right knows, a very difficult thing to do. And now he's an NFL player who has won a playoff game, a big playoff game in Philly, and that's not easy to do either. Please welcome Issa Abdul Quddas from the New Orleans Saints. What's up, buddy?
Artie, what's going on, man?
Issa, so what's it like, man? What a win, buddy. I mean, you're in Philly, cold night. You're used to playing in a dome, rainy. Last-second field goal. What kind of white ass do you get after that?
Oh, man, that was like one of the big wins. It's always hard to win on the road, especially in the playoffs.
Right.
We felt great after winning that game.
I'm sure. What's it like? A guy like Drew Brees, in a locker room, after a win like that, and the coaching staff, after all the controversy that went on, is it extra special? Is it quiet? Is it just lunacy? Like, do you go out to a couple of strip clubs in that area? I've been to, there's a place called Cheerleaders, actually, right around the Philly area. My God.
I think if we didn't fly out right after the game, we would have.
Oh, you did?
Right after. Well, we definitely did a lot of partying on that plane.
Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, really? What are we talking about? Oxys, Roxys?
Oh, no, we didn't have no other girls on the plane, but we drank a little bit, played some music. We just all hype off the win.
Yeah, you're giving us the rated G version, and you should, because that's going to continue your life as a player. Now, when you get to New Orleans, so where's the next game? Is that going to be in New Orleans?
Seattle.
It's in Seattle.
All
right, now,
what is that like?
Yeah, it's punk Russell Wilson.
Right. No, with the previous experience when the Saints went to Seattle in the playoffs, a 7-9 Seattle team, and lost. I mean, does that loom? Is that something that people have been talking about in the locker room, or is that completely overblown by the media, Issa?
I think that's more overblown by the media. What we really want is revenge from the last time we played them. We played them a couple weeks ago, and it got kind of ugly when we played in the stadium. But we want revenge from that game. We got a mindset focused to get this W. Because it's gonna be a tough road win.
Yeah,
that'd
be great, though.
That game, it just looked like you guys were completely out of sync. When watching the film of that one, what can you do differently to make a difference this time around?
I honestly think that we kind of underestimated their crowd and their momentum that they get off of their crowd, and them playing at home. They play very well at home.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of like when we play in the Dome. It's like not a lot of teams to even come close to us in the Dome, because we have just such a confidence in the Dome, because we know that our fans are going to give us that edge. But Seattle has the same exact thing. So I think we're going to be way more prepared for that, and we're going to have a great game plan to counteract that.
I wanted to ask you about this past week's game. How did you guys shut down that run game, the Philadelphia run game? I mean, best running game in the league, yet you guys were able to just completely stifle it. What did you do?
I mean, we watched a lot of film, and everybody was just focused in to get this win. And what we really did, we just watched the film, and it had a couple tendencies on film that we kind of took advantage of, and that's what ended up benefiting us in the end.
That sounds so simple, but no one else was able to do it.
But the film is you guys, talking to two guys who are pros, could you imagine trying to prepare for a team without film? I mean, it seems like such a major part of every coach's thing now.
No,
it is. Oh, yeah. With Philly also, they have a high tempo, so, when they get a big play, they go right back to the line and run another one. So it gets the defense on their heels. They never got us on the heels because we won on first down and second down. So once we did that, it kind of slowed the game down a lot.
Did it take you a while to adjust to that tempo though? Because it looked like you guys started out a little slowly.
Yeah, Yeah, it kind of did, but I mean, in practice, our tempo was a lot faster than what they did. You know, it was like unreasonable. We was running plays like every 10 seconds. You know, like something that you can't even do in the NFL. So we you know, it was kind of like we were feeling it out at the beginning, but we ended up like honing down like in the second drive.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, well, listen, film can go against you too. I know in my career, you know, I've been told that they had film of me buying Vicodin at a 7-Eleven in Milwaukee, and I told the cops no, and then they go, no, as a matter of fact, we have some film, and that's where film worked against me in my career.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Film is your resume when you're a football player. That's it. What you put on film is what every team in the league sees.
Do people goof on you? Like if you make a bad mistake?
Yeah.
Like they do. Will vicious coaches, Issa, will they do that if you make a mistake on film? Will they replay it and keep going, look, really?
Rewind.
Like we'll run it back a whole bunch of times, you know?
Yeah.
And
really?
Most of the time when it's like something like bad and it's not funny, you know, you kind of like try to do a learning experience more than embarrassing the player, you know what I mean?
Oh, God, that's brutal.
Yeah, I know. It is.
Are you the kind of guy, Issa, who reacts well to that, or is because people are made up differently psychologically. Like some people might go back into a cocoon and go, I don't like that, but some people it motivates.
But like I guess like everybody gets the mindset that everybody makes mistakes and everybody gets chewed out. It's not like just one person gets chewed out every day. Yeah. So it's the fact that you know that you're not the only one going through this, and that it's kind of they're more so teaching you than trying to like down like put you down, you know what I mean? So
right. Well, I mean, well, what about that brings me to the Richie Incognito stuff with the Dolphins. You talked about, you know, chewing people out and getting them motivated and stuff. Where is there a line? Like do you think Incognito crossed a line that you know, other guys don't get beat up for because they just didn't get caught, or someone that they were doing it to didn't, you know, write a letter or something?
I think some people just can't take it as everybody else does. I'm sure Richie Incognito been doing that his entire career.
Right.
You know, he's been in the league for a while. And, you know, everybody else takes it in stride as, okay, this is how this guy is. It's eventually going to stop, or I need to put my foot down and set it up. I'm like, and say, this is done. But I think that guy kind of didn't, like, it kind of got to him a little bit too much, you know, because I think there's a guy like that in every single locker room. But everybody ends up learning how to deal with it. Yeah.
So what you're saying is, I think what you're saying is, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you're saying that the guy, if that was you would have handled it off the you know, camera and not have gone to the press or somebody and look pulled Incognito aside and said, listen, you're crossing the line, and let's handle this like men personally. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think I would have handled it a little bit differently than what he did, because I couldn't really I feel like. In the locker room in our team is like a brotherhood,
right?
And the fact to like out my brother and like kind of ruin his life, it's kind of like messed up. So I would have kind of handled it a different way than he did.
I think that's a real honest answer. I appreciate you saying that, because there was there was racial stuff involved, but you know, you're saying like, look, I would have handled it where okay, let's be men about this and say, look, you do that again, there's going to be trouble, but not in a way where I'm going to somebody. You know, we might have to take care of this like two adult guys, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that is true. I mean, and when I've heard from like teammates and people that play with Richie Incognito, I heard nothing but good things about him, you know?
Really?
Maybe his I don't know, his demeanor towards that guy was like kind of messed up. But I heard everything was like for good. You know, he's like a great teammate. Yeah. He's a great guy.
Interesting.
And, like, not many people hated him.
Good teammate, hard worker, just a little bit gruff.
I mean, but look, he was told to like toughen a guy up, and that was his version of it. But that's pretty honest of you saying that, Issa. You know, that's appreciated. A lot of people are being honest, but I think both guys' careers kind of affected and ruined in a way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, because it's always gonna be lingering somewhere when they're like when scouts look into their profile. You know, they always see they have kind of like, you know, the lineman, they might think he's soft now because of this situation, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's soft and can't take it, and the other guy is a crazy racist, so it's like neither one is going to go. They're both screwed.
Yeah. But at least the crazy racist one is a guy that the other teammates seem to be rallying around.
Right.
You know, for whatever reason.
Well, here's why. Because I think he's not. I don't think they really think he's a crazy racist. I think if they really thought that, there'd be trouble. He just was trying to motivate somebody in a way. Yeah, he didn't think it was going to get out
decisions.
there. Yeah.
I mean,
Hey,
yeah, what I've heard from him from my black teammates and black people that play with him, they never really said anything about him being racist.
Right.
They always said he was like a cool guy, you know. He might have said some outrageous things, but it wasn't out of like racism and hate.
Right.
That's interesting. It's a weird, awful situation.
Hey, Issa, I saw a pretty neat stat about you that you were the only rookie free agent to make that Saints team in 2011, which is really an accomplishment. I mean, what do you credit your success? I mean, you had to be doing something extra to be that guy that they believed in.
Yeah.
Like, what do you feel like you bring to the table? What do you do extra that makes you a special player?
His numbers are amazing, like those combine numbers, right? Like stuff like that, right?
Yeah. What really wasn't me. I just wanted to like be on the film at all times, you know. So I wanted to be around the ball like as much as I could. So like when I went to every day's practice, every game, and everything, it's like, all right, how can I get to the ball? How can I get the ball out? How can I help the team out? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I think that's what helped me out, because eventually once I got to like the preseason games and I started making a couple plays, making tackles, and made a couple forced fumbles or whatever, and they kind of noticed that, and I guess that's what made me make the team.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, what was your 40 time that?
I ran 4.3, top 4.3, like 4.38.
Yeah, I know this guy. Again, from my hometown, man. So you listen to guys from Union, New Jersey, our hometown. It's a pretty impressive list of guys. They recently just put some guys in the Hall of Fame, the Sports Hall of Fame. Did you hear about that?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah, they put some. Well, you'll be there when you're older. It's older guys. Guys from my year, though. Actually, the class of '84. Class of '85, the team in '84 went into the Hall of Fame. Amazing players were on that team. A guy, you know, Tony Stewart.
Yeah, I know Tony.
Yeah, Tony was in a kid a year younger than me. Tony Stewart at Union High went to Iowa on a full ride and was in training camp at Seattle and got hurt, blew out his knee.
He was a runner-up too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was yeah, right. He was a runner-up to the Heisman. He was like a young Eric Dickerson is the way he moved, and like in high school, you tossed him the ball, and no one touched him. It's a pretty long list of guys.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Hey, Issa, when you're looking at film this week of Seattle, what do you think makes Russell Wilson so special? Because it just seems like, especially at home, the guy is just money.
Oh yeah, man, he's a smart player. You know, you can see when you watch film, you can see him going through his read. He looks off players, and then what makes him really special is once his like reads aren't there, he can like make moves with his feet. You know, like get out of the pocket, either pump fake. He has like one of the best pump fakes in the NFL. He can get out of the pocket, get people open. Yeah, and he actually pretty fast too. So like if nothing else out there, he can just run and get the first down. You know what I mean? So, he's a really special player. What also, like, we've seen on film, he throws really well on the run. So, like, if it's, like, pressure coming towards him, he's running away from him, he could throw the ball, like, accurate on the run, too. That's what makes him great.
I heard that the last game, he picked up on something that you guys were doing and basically broke it down. You know, just, like, something you were trying to do, and I don't know what the specific is. I guess I'm asking you. He just completely blew that out of the water. You know, like your guy's bag of tricks, he was impervious to them. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I didn't really hear anything about that. But
yeah,
I just figured that he just diagnoses things so quickly. You know, he can kind of blow a hole right through any strategy like base to stop him.
Oh yeah, he is a very smart player. You know, but watching the film, it just kind of seemed like we had a lot of mental errors, and it was a bunch of stuff we could control, you know. So I feel like next time we play them, it's going to be a much different game.
How much fun is it to party in New Orleans after you win? I mean, what a great town to play in, huh?
Yeah, no, it's crazy, man. Every Sunday, you know, because especially when we play Sunday night games, it's like everybody that goes from the game, they go right back. They go right out to like Bourbon Street because it's nothing but a couple blocks down the street, you know.
Right.
It's a wild time.
That must be nuts for you. Yeah, you guys rolling into a bar on Bourbon Street. That must be heaven. My God.
I know, right? We try to stay away from Bourbon Street. There's a couple, like, local spots we stay in, but, you know, Bourbon Street gets a little too wild for us sometimes. You might get in too much trouble.
Well, that's amateur night, Bourbon Street. That's like, you know,
When you guys got off the plane from Philly, you had a whole bunch of fans waiting for you, right?
But yeah, that's like after every game. Even if we lose, the fans always gonna be out there. But this game, we had thousands.
Right.
When we were driving home, it's like a whole bunch of fans that stand on the one side of the road, and there was just thousands of people out there cheering for us at 4:30 in the morning. Man, it was great.
First road victory in the playoffs for this Sean Payton regime.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. It's a big deal. I mean, when you guys get off that plane, if a young entrepreneur, I would just open up a condom stand for you guys. Like, one guy would sell condoms, another guy on the other side would sell Valtrex. I think the Saints coming off the plane. Those are guys who are going to make money, right?
Wise,
Johnny. And Issa, your thoughts?
Yeah, we just try to keep the cars moving. We don't try to stop and enjoy the party.
Well, listen, man.
A little too much left.
You're still young. You're making Union proud. I love you. Thanks for calling in. And call in after the next win, buddy.
Definitely I will.
All
Good
right,
luck. Stay healthy.
Yeah, be well.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, there you go. And a quick update on the bowl of all bowls here. It is now, is that 21-20 with the extra point?
If they make the extra point, yes.
If they make the extra point, it's 21-20 now in Florida State.
Maybe they'll go for 2.
On the move. Maybe they'll go for 2. How much
would.
time is left? Do we know? Is it the third? Still, it's got to be the fourth.
Fullback scores.
Wow.
We're in the fourth right now.
In the fourth, and it looks like it's going to be 21-20 or possibly 21 up.
I don't know why you wouldn't go for 2 here.
You're saying they should definitely go for 2 here. Yeah. Oh, wait, flag. Bring it back.
Holding.
Holding on Florida State.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. That'll be enforced on the kickoff.
After the so they're definitely going to go for an extra point then. They're not going to go for 2 if it's enforced on the kickoff or the coming up here.
I think the kickoff, right?
All right.
If it's unsportsmanlike.
I don't know. What the hell's going on here? It's still, they haven't taken the points off the board.
Was it after the score? I would assume it's after the score.
They haven't taken the points off the board, so it looks like it's going to be 21-20. And an amazing game. Oh, wait, he's screaming at somebody. The Florida State head coach, what's his name? He's yelling at somebody.
Jimbo Fisher.
Yeah, Jimbo. It looks like number 8.
What the hell's going on out here?
Number 8, Friedman, what's his name? Freeman? Is getting chewed out by him. One of that Florida State chewing outs. What the hell are you doing? It's on the extra point.
Oh,
so there's no way they're going for 2. This is like a 30-yard field goal now. It's like a 30-yard field goal at this point. Well, it doesn't. So it's really a meaningless point. Okay, 21-20. It is now 21-20 in the bowl of all bowls. I don't even know what they're calling it. But this is for the national championship. And big interception is what caused this, what set it up. Coming back on the Artie Lange Show with the great Chris Mannix from the AshleyMadison.com studio.
The Artie Lange Show, weeknights on Audience, only on DirecTV.